Every single fraction can be expressed as a decimal that either terminates or repeats. These top three terminate, and what that means is that after that point, it's just going to be zeros forever. And these bottom three will repeat forever. This 4 or 5 bar is just 4 5 4 5 4 5 forever, and so on for these other two. Is there a pattern or a way to identify which ones will terminate and which ones will repeat? And the answer is yes. One pattern is that anything expressed as a over 2 to the b will terminate. Something like 1 over 2 to the 1, or 3 over 2 to the 2, or 5 over 2 to the 3, or even 39 over 2 to the 6, or 519 over 2 to the 11. We know all of these will terminate. 1 over 2 to the 1 is 1/2, and that's 0.5. 3 over 2 to the 2 is 3/4, which is 0.75. 5 over 2 to the 3 is 5/8, which is 0.625. 39 over 2 to the 6, everybody knows that's 39 over 64, and that's equal to 0.609375. And then 519 over 2 to the 11, that's 519 over 2048, and that's equal to 0.25341796975. So how do we know these two aren't rounded? Well, we can check on a calculator, but these do go on for zeros after that point. These are all terminating decimals. This is universally true, so we can put a box around it. Another form that always terminates is a over 5 to the d. Here are some arbitrary examples of that. Here they are written out as a fraction of integers, and here they are as their terminating decimals. Once again, all of these will just be zeros after that point. This isn't a proof, it's just a demonstration, but it's a fact that anytime you have a fraction of the form a over 5 to the d, that decimal will terminate. Both of these are true, but we're also able to combine them. Anything of the form a over 2 to the b times 5 to the d will also terminate. Here's some examples of that. Here they are as a fraction of integers, and then here's their terminating decimals. All of these are pretty easy to see why. They all go into 100 evenly, so it's pretty easy to convert those into decimals, but it's also true for crazier ones, like 1 over 320, 1 over 6,250, 7 over 40,960. All of these have terminating decimals. These are just some examples. I'm not actually proving it here, but this right here is a fact. This red one takes both of these blue ones into account because this could be 2 to the 0, which would then make it like this bottom blue box. So we can get rid of these two blue boxes, and this red one is our general rule. Every other fraction will end up being a repeating decimal. Like all of these here, these are all repeating decimals. And if we break the denominators down into factors, you can see none of these are of the form 2 to the b times 5 to the d. This one has a 7, 7 has a 3, has an 11. Even though it does contain a 2 to the b, the whole thing needs to be only 2 to the b's and 5 to the d's. And so here basically is the general rule. Anytime you have something that's an integer over 2 to the b times 5 to the d, that will terminate. All other fractions will repeat. How exciting.